And over in the US, food prices continued to rise. They were up 10.9% year on year in July, and that's higher than in previous months, even as other sectors of the economy began to take a turn for the better. Gabrielle Fahmy reports from New York, where buying habits have shifted in response.
For many restaurants, rising food prices mean chefs need to get creative with their menus.
So I would say the most challenging things right now, it's when we're looking for like spices or if we get any fishes that are being imported. We have added dishes to the menu. Example, we have our salmon, we get our fresh salmon, Faroe Island salmon, and then we do salmon tartare also from it.
Rather than hike prices, many restaurants have actually added things to the menu to try to be cost efficient. They're hoping that by absorbing some of the costs, customers will keep coming. As a result, the price of eating out has gone up, but only by about half of what groceries did.
I definitely am buying more shelf-ready things that I can get. I buy fruit less.
And it's been hard for shoppers not to notice. Still, surveys have found more than half of Americans are managing to avoid higher grocery bills by changing up their habits. They're buying less organic stuff, fewer name brands, and less meat.
No meat is helping a lot. Like sure. No beef, because beef is very expensive.
No pork, no turkey, none of that. It's mostly like fruits, vegetables, grains, salads, and those things.
Meat may be harder on the pocketbook. Prices are about 10% higher than last summer. But there's worse. The price of coffee at the grocery store has gone up 20%. Butter and oils, 20 to 30%. And at the top of the list, eggs, up nearly 40% from a year ago.
I don't get as many eggs as I used to, or I try to save up so I don't get them as frequently because those are the most expensive.
Okay.
Other than that, I just try to get a very small amount of groceries at a time. I don't get too many.
With shoppers more focused on essentials like food, they're spending less money on other types of goods. And that's caused retailers like Target and Walmart to cut prices on general merchandise, clothing, electronics, home goods, to try to clear their inventories.
Experts say there's been a shift in consumer demand from the first 2 years of the pandemic.
With what's left of the discretionary spending, consumers are really allocating that more towards services as opposed to goods, which is kind of a shift from what we had seen during the earlier part of the pandemic when consumers were spending a lot more on things like furniture, clothing, things that they're doing at home rather than vacations, restaurants, things outside the home.
With many factors driving up food prices, like supply chain issues, geopolitics, and climate change, it's not clear how soon food inflation will stabilize. But many consumers say some of their new habits are here to stay. Gabrielle Fahmy, CNA, New York.